will bring the speed to order. 1828. You want to elect the chairman?
Yeah, we'll do that now. I nominate Dwight for chairman. Second. All in favor?
Perfect.
Kids. Warrants from the last meeting.
Yep.
Big time. Absolutely. We all set?
All set.
On the new business, we've got the kitchen rental, shovel and spoon people, I presume, is you people back there?
Hi.
You gonna tell us anything or why you're here? Or?
Sure, yeah, we're a small catering company and food business. We started in 2018 in Acton, Maine, and we just purchased a property in Livingston. We're going to develop a farm and a kitchen there, and in the meanwhile, we need a kitchen space. Right now, we're working on a food pork lab in Portland, Maine, and we will produce a few products that we're marketing in the Portland area. And it's, the distance and the cost of working through there is not really working for us. And we heard about the kitchen here in Baldwin and inquire about it, and it's going to be great to put it to use if possible.
Some of the stuff that you sent back to us here. The equipment and supplies, a deck oven, we don't have a deck oven.
Right.
Right, yeah, so when we came to see the kitchen, I mean, the space is great, but it is, the equipment is minimal. And, we learned from Danielle that, it was funded through grants. So I don't know if there's other grants out there or, other opportunities to, fund other equipment. Not necessarily a deck oven. We are planning to certify our home kitchen as a bakery, through home processing license. So that would be the bread side of things. But we do produce hummus, which we brought some for you guys to try. And with the catering events, we also need commercial kitchen space. And the stove and the oven is good, but for our needs, it would be great to.
So right now the kitchen it's really nice, but it's not equipped. So for example, if I need to roast things in the oven, there are no sheet pans or hotel pans, and there are no pots and other kitchen, like basically basic kitchen equipment to actually put the kitchen into use. So I mean, I think that in our proposal, we're basically kind of throwing the question out there: is it something that we expected to bring with us, purchase and bring with us, maybe store here? Is it something that is going to be provided to us? Right now, when we're going to food pork lab, there is it's a big kitchen with a lot of equipment. There is everything that we need besides food that we're bringing with us.
all suppers and stuff there, we brought stuff from home and stuff like that, and our own work and stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, you've got it here, cleaning supplies, paper towels, aluminum foil, that's all stuff that, you know, somebody else brings in.
Okay. I'm just, we, yeah.
It was really, like, this list that we, came up with, it was, our reflection of our experience having worked in other community commercial, shared commercial kitchens. And that kind of, and knowing how some of the other kitchens are set up, that's sort of a standard. Now, we were really just, hey, is this what you, are you able to provide these things? If not, then, that's totally fine. We're just trying to explore, the options to them.
The other thing was the rate that, you know, you give them a rate of, should give it 30 or 35?
Well, the current rates right now is $20 for 1 hour, $35 for 2 hours, and $10 for each additional hour. That's what the committee set up.
You want to only have $10 an hour for rate?
So, yeah, so again, there's two things. Right now, we're not gonna use the kitchen right off the bat, and for many hours every week. I'm doing hummus production usually Tuesday morning for 2 to 3 hours, but we are getting more accounts, so it's gonna be more hours. At Fork, right now, the flat rate, if you have a limited amount of hours, it's about 20, but it goes all the way to $10 in the kitchen, and you get all the supplies with the kitchen. So there's no other cost involved basically for us besides driving there. And they're giving you a lot we're trying to make basically compare the opportunities we have here with whatever we have at Fork. The downside of Fork in Portland is the drive. And although we're driving to deliver the goods, anyhow important, but still the drive takes its toll and it's expensive on gas and all that. And so basically trying to compare if we can basically have a better rate here, then we'll be happy to use it. If the rate is going to stay the same between here and Fork, or even more expensive than Fork, there's less reason for us to use it, especially if there's less equipment and if you bring more.
But also the idea was, it's the conversation, of course, is that we would be, consistent users of the kitchen. So at least once a week, we would use it for 2 to 3 hours.
And then more.
And then with events and once farmers market season, starts, it would be more. So just seeing if there's some kind of, hourly rate that we can work out if we, are more consistent users of the kitchen.
We've had a committee, and the committee has established these rates. We kind of like to stay with the rates that have been established. You guys both on the committee and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, one thing when we set up the rates was for occasional intermittent users. If anybody comes, whether it's the kitchen or the old selectmen's offices and wants to be a long-term renter, the committee said that ought to be something that should be a negotiated rate depending on the use and who they are and how long they're going to be using it. So I would say those rates, although a guide for this sort of thing, don't really apply necessarily to this situation.
You guys feel?
Worth looking at. You said for 1 day for now,
Right now, for sure, for 1 day a week, every Tuesday morning, and then farmers market starts for us in May, and so we'll probably spend more time here. As I take up more accounts for the hummus, I need to spend more hours every Tuesday, maybe twice a week, and then we have events every time we book an event. Then right now we have 3 big weddings in September and a few smaller events during the summer. But we're getting inquiries, so before events we'll be here pretty much, full time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Yeah, it's perfect for us. Again, the idea of the rate is really, we're trying to make it, worthwhile on our term. The product has a price, and this is what it's going for, and then like the kitchen cost, and I'm just trying to play with the numbers and make sure that we can still have profit from the product that we're marketing.
Nothing but gas use too.
Well, you gotta pay the gas, you gotta pay the gas for the hot water heater.
Yeah.
That's propane too.
Yeah.
And you say you would start off a couple hours a day, one day a week, and then work up to being here all the time. What is all the time?
It's not exactly all the time. So let's say we have a big wedding, 200 people, and it's on a Saturday, then usually we come here probably Wednesday and probably spend like 10 hours from Wednesday until the event. And that can change a little bit, and also we're certifying our home kitchen as a bakery, so a lot of the baking it takes a long time for doing sourdough. So it's a 24-hour process doing it through the house. We won't need to be here, but yeah, it can be a lot more hours.
What I hear you saying is it wouldn't be a definite schedule, it would depend on what's going on. One week you might be here on Wednesday and Thursday, next week you may be here only Tuesday morning.
So I would say it's safe to say at this point that Tuesday, this is the day that, Tomer is producing comments, delivering, and then we're signed up for a farmer's market on Wednesday this coming season. So Tuesday would be a big, kitchen day for us. Not sure exactly how many hours it is, and, 3 to 6.
Yeah.
Depending. And, the events would be more sporadic. Like Tomer just mentioned, we have 3 weddings booked for September, so we would be here a lot in September. But some other, things hopefully will come our way, throughout the summer, so we would, but for the event,
Would it be weekdays or
it
weekends?
would depend on the event, but usually events are on the weekend, so we would be doing a lot of prep, say up to 3 days before.
Like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.
But it is important for us to have some kind of a free access. I mean, of course, building trust and all that, but free access to the kitchen, because we might need to be early and getting stuff out, putting things in the oven, room temperature. We have like some of our dishes require long processes, so we can come in and, for example, our roasted chicken, like it's room temperature, so it needs to be like 2 hours in room temperature. We might need to wake up super early in the morning to do that. And so kind of having a sort of a free access to the kitchen is important for us.
That could be a little sporadic for us.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the building's locked, nobody's around.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'd just like to say that I'd like to see the kitchen used. The kitchen not being used is much good.
And the sort of use the committee thought would be perfect, if we could find a small commercial user. We discussed that in our committee meetings. Especially a nice local business, I think it's something worth looking at.
My opinion is that you might want to do a 3 or 4 month trial basis and see what your costs have been and whether they're satisfied, and
it's a good idea.
negotiate later on, but just to get people in the building and using it right now is important.
That's something you guys might be interested in.
Absolutely. We will, in probably a few months, getting and with someone would know, everybody would know more or less how many hours we're spending, and your cost. And then, we can open and see if it works on both sides.
Well, so you're saying you're developing the Livingston house now?
Yeah.
And would that, take away the use of our kitchen when you got that business developed a little more?
So
This is a temporary, I guess, is this a temporary?
down the line, we do want to build a commercial business. Right now, after buying this property, we don't have any funds to do that. And
It could be 5 to 10 years.
hopefully things will go well and we will be able to do it quickly. And so, but you know, we're building farm, and then there's gonna be like a walk-in cooler and a processing station, and we remodeling the house. So there's a lot of steps between now until we're gonna have our proper kitchen. We also, but I mean, it is a goal of ours, hopefully. Yeah.
So could you identify the cost of the type of supplies that you're looking to have as a part of the kitchen? Could you identify some of those costs? Not necessarily right now, but if we're gonna look at this, we should look at it in terms of what we need to invest and what they're gonna invest. Yeah.
Yeah, we can absolutely, I mean, not like off the top of the head right now, but,
You know what it's gonna cost.
yeah, and I think also, you know, if you do find other people who might wanna use the kitchen, having these sort of basic supplies on hand makes the space a lot more attractive. Because it's, you know, everyone uses it and they stay with the kitchen, they belong to the community center. And it, you know, also reduces the schlep, for your own, event. But we can certainly put together, a list with costs, of some basic implements.
So the deck oven was.
That was a shot in the dark.
Yeah.
But also, we are looking into investing in a bread oven that has steam, and that's a very expensive piece of equipment.
Yes, yeah.
But in order to supply, farmers market with probably 50 to 60 sourdough loaves every Wednesday, we will need to make that investment. So I mean, again, there's other solutions that are more economical. I'm looking into them right now. We don't have three-phase where we live, so we cannot, you know, all the three-phase ovens are not even an option for us. Root fire brick is one of them, yeah. A lot of labor, and still, I mean, we can build them ourselves, or.
It's something that I'm very, I don't have a lot of experience with baking with wood fire, but it's something that, I would like to explore, but I think for this season, you know, it will be a sort of a transition, a process of learning that style of baking, but I am excited.
What about insurance, you guys have insurance?
Yeah, so we have all the licensing, we have the license that we need. We have two different ones. One is the food vendor, mobile food vendor, which allows us to go to festival and
This insurance.
insurance we have.
Commercial insurance.
Yeah, we do have commercial insurance. And we have group insurance, we have.
The other one is for the named insured on the policy.
Right.
That doesn't cost you any more, that just protects the town. You said you use the fork, is that what it's called? And what is that, a commercial kitchen?
It's a big commercial kitchen space, downtown Portland on Ferris Street. There's a lot of, food, working there, and it's open to eat. And I think it's a lot of stoves.
There's lots of equipment.
A lot of equipment.
Every hour, is it?
So you have two ways. If you have very minimal amount of hours, you can be charged by now 20 hours a month. Or there's like usually seasonal membership, part-time, and they give you shelf and refrigeration freezer space. So, you know, the more hours you have there, the lower the more storage you have, dry storage, refrigeration, freezer.
Now, for a while, they was one belly up. They've been re-energized.
Right, exactly.
Somebody else is committed to some money anyway.
Yeah. So they got the big company, they have a few locations. I think the entire company went out of business. And then they got the bill, somebody bought.
From the sustainability lab. Bill Strata.
But basically he bought it, I think, and it's still running.
Is this going to put on some costs and stuff?
I mean, definitely.
You can do that, I think that might be a way to go right now.
I mean, for his stage, I mean, we can bring, like, I'm using, pressure cookers. So I do pressure cookers, and I have that, you know, I have a big, immersion blender that's, you know, $700-800 immersion blender. So I'm bringing all this stuff with me for the hummus production. for catering also, we have a lot of equipment. I think that the more basic we bring, we, instead of bringing back and forth between our house and the kitchen. But we can give you a list of basic equipment and also where to get it, for a good price, and but we can start working in the kitchen as is.
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, it seems to me everybody wants that to happen, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we built the kitchen for, educational use, but.
Exactly.
Might be a good way to start, something low key. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a hummus about it.
Oh, it's
I
good.
did bring bread also.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it over here.
If you wanna check it out too.
So, inspections from the state, are you required state inspection?
It requires that inspection. So right now we get a license and we got it inspected over there in the kitchen. So basically we just came, we had a conversation with him about food safety, what's that word here?
A serve steak.
The serve safe, so we both serve it. But in order to get a license, we're here, we do, I think,
That's what I'm getting at,
they would come here and they would inspect the kitchen and talk to us. And
Is there any inspection?
I'm surprised you with the inspection, but
What the
They also do it here.
Yeah.
But so we were to move forward and we get a new license because we'd be changing our address. So with us getting the license, this kitchen, there would be an individual here. So I think that you don't need an inspection, it will be done on the license.
And if another party that was interested in doing, would that require another type of inspection?
they would get since we're getting inspected here, so it's probably be talking about process, ask the question and move the kitchen to wherever you're bringing it, and each business is.
Does that require a water test?
Is this public or private?
Private. No.
So it would require a water test.
We've already done it once, right?
No, you're not.
I'm not.
You did it well,
When you bought it, yeah, we haven't done one since.
it's been a couple of years.
So there's water and you need a septic, AJT 200, I think. AJT 200 is the form about, how the septic is designed, and that would make sense, but is that something we learn?
We did it with our license application as well as the water test. And the water test for for a food establishment is $55, and you just do a water test. It needs to be within 30 days of applying for the license. Yeah.
That's something we could do anybody who came in.
It's a good thing for us, and it just, it's,
Yeah, I mean, but basically on our label, on our harvest label, we print the address, this address is gonna be on the label, very straightforward, and we start working here with this place.
Wouldn't hummus, great.
You made her like the way you did. It's good, a little chocolate on top of it.
well, so you're gonna give us space and stuff on maybe something you might need. It looks like it's that year already. So, and we gotta have your discussion, that's all. So, we'll just have to check with them and if we get to require amount of liability they need.
You guys wanna do a vote to move forward,
Dip in.
so we can test them?
Okay,
Okay, you want to make it a vote?
we ought to do it.
Move forward on, that's still warm, water.
Getting, working with them.
We do that to it is a farm to table, so we go to for the wedding, so we rent and then actually go to renting. Before the wedding, so if somebody wants to start, we make that way, or to start with them on the right time. We do meet, we sort of community from local farms, and so we send the customer a menu and they choose whatever they want, so we have meat options, we have vegetarian options, we do appetizers.
So we can just coordinate, we can just talk on, to get started.
Perfect, excellent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure that we'll get the list done as soon as possible. I just
Okay.
need to know, I guess, which one wants it called.
Okay, okay. So I can send you, I'll send you a follow-up email
Yeah.
with the equipment list, as well as the HHE, 200, the requirements for the license.
Okay, that'd be wonderful. They just voted to move forward.
Beautiful.
So, we'll get started. Okay,
Alright, thank you. Yeah.
That was great.
Do you want to talk?
Oh, I can later, yeah, that's all.
I don't know. Yeah?
That's right. I actually like it. Thank you. Put it in front of my face.
Try the bread without the house.
Oh,
Hey, you
yeah.
don't have to, would you like a piece of bread?
I'll try.
Sourdough is good for digestion, made with all your flours.
Change between main grain and Champlain Valley.
And some quinoa as well, with, that's what we can do source more from the same. Are you a baker? Oh.
We'll have to try out these ovens.
What's
Professional, it doesn't make it.
There you go. The only professional involved. So you all sorted?
So, just kind of next steps, I'll send you a list with their equipment. We need a water test and set up an equipment. And then, also kind of the payment, counting hours, what we're working with. And when is that we like to pay once a week, once a month. It doesn't matter to us, it's just kind of setting up those small details.
I would think you're only gonna be here for time doing
Yeah,
this, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
And then I sort of next budget with the keys and access to the building. How would that work?
We're gonna give you a key to the front door
Mm-hmm.
and access to the security system,
Okay,
so you can let yourself in out.
okay.
Key to the gas too.
Yep,
Then when you get in there,
yes.
you know, when you're in here early in the morning, you'd wanna lock it,
Right,
you know,
okay,
so you'd be in here, but nobody else can be in.
okay.
Till the girls come in at, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, something like that, work for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, usually, 4:30 and it depends on the orders, really. Sometimes it's, big. Then when it comes to subbing it, it's a big more subbing to build.
Maybe you guys can just email on the week for your schedule for the following week, just so we know when you're gonna be in and out, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys all set for
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the hummus.
Yeah.
And bread.
Thank you, Brett.
Delicious.
Thank you all for your time.
Second thing on the, new business here. On Street, there's an outfit by the name of Long Street that's interested in leasing. So we thought we'd break it to one night tonight, and, put that in the shopper's guide, let the people know what's going on. We'll probably have to have a special town meeting, see what the people think. I'd like to stick my neck out, just for one person to say, yes, go ahead and do this stuff. They've sent us a contract, we've had David Laurie look over the contract, there's still some issues I had to deal with and stuff like that, so, but this week's give them, if we did advertise, we'll put the shopper's guide.
public hearing.
Next week, then be in line for the 7 days, so we'd have,
When do you wanna have it?
well, it'd be long towards the end of the month sometime.
Thank you very much. It's delicious.
Again,
Thank you.
That's okay.
How much money are they offering?
It's okay.
They gave us some figures and stuff, I don't think really just.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I love it. Okay. Well,
That's
we're
all.
talking.
I didn't wanna do it.
Thank you. Bye.
But I didn't even get, I just knew I didn't wanna do it. So, I just wanted to, I passed them on, so to speak. And, what you guys.
They're talking a 30-year lease. No, for parking and stuff. Well, so far they've had 40 acres. But the property is, I think, is 130, 140, something like that.
Yeah, they took our 120 something. Do they have to buy that land in front of them? On the,
I can't tell you that. This is what the place would look like. So this would be the first phase. First 2 phases will almost be on their own land, and then they need a little bit more to get the 3rd phase in, and this is the town farm piece right here, so.
What access to the front, is that access up the winter?
Yeah. Yes.
so the reason for spacing, I'm looking at it from 15 away, but I'm just gonna say the reason for the spacing between the, oh, don't worry, I'm all set, thanks. Is,
I know they were talking about the swamp land up back here.
yeah,
These, I mean, this isn't that first rodeo going through. I mean, they come up with a lot of stuff right off quick, so they know they can't build up in that area there.
yeah,
It's that or, you know, valve or something there that they don't use. I don't really want on that.
if this becomes serious, I think we need to do some due diligence on what they offer us. Because they're not gonna offer us that hour to start off, and I don't think any of us here in town know what sort of array ground we for. We'll need to know who can really give the town some good advice. You know, and especially a 30-year lease, we wanna make sure we're getting the appropriate amount of revenue too.
Anything we get right now, and this, we've owned that for several years, and it's doing this right now, so anything we get at all would be income in. And I agree, we maximize what we can.
Yeah, it's a commercial outfit, so they ought to be paying a fair market rent.
My experience with these deals like this with the windmills, when the windmills out around was working, you'd have 4 or 5 companies get to you, and they all think for the same thing. Well, that's right, you can put it together as a one.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm sure that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't they have sites in Maine now?
None?
They all got other towns.
They have sites in the same area.
Yeah.
That's just solar, no.
No big towers, you know, it's not.
It reminds me of negotiations with the state of Maine, what they're offering and what they're willing to give constantly. It's huge negotiations. I was thinking if negotiations could be supplying part of.
Good idea, good idea. Yeah. Yeah, well, that was like Norm got us over here on that same idea. They can do that though, because I think they have to feed into CMP system.
I think this is the big reason, the heavy line is right out front, and that's what makes this site attractive to them. Don't go very far for the time.
Right up the road. Yeah. But don't they sell their power? They love it.
And the guy has told me he thinks he's already sold power in the first part of it now. So, I mean, I think this could be a viable thing, but it's up to the people to
Dwight, Kane did call, and he's asking to talk to our attorney. Is that something that you wanna go ahead and authorize to discussing, or?
I think we got first before we do.
Okay.
I just see another one of David's.
That was under $1,000.
Yeah.
We've seen worse.
Yes, I am.
When did you wanna talk to me?
I might be calling in tomorrow or next week.
Okay.
And the third thing, order of business here is we got a lady that works at the facility, she's not children's statues, the horses, the horses and stuff, they're main horses and stuff. She lives up on the Hiram Board, and she wants to show here, something's right?
It's a big thing. It's in May, I believe. Yeah, it's coming all over. It's like a regular show. So she's got these big tables with like chicken. They're doing like different things. Well, anyway, she rents the building from like 7:30 in the morning to 5 p.m. And she'll continue to do this every so often, like regional, national level. Right now, but this is going to be a novice one. She has the little girls like practice up and everything. So in the public, they can come look at it. But I didn't know what to give her for a rate.
So what do you get for a rate right now?
We have an hour rate. She wants to use the gym. $30 for 1 hour, $50 for 2 hours, and $50 for an hour.
I don't think that's, we're in a office for a big show like that.
She's like,
She didn't know if because since it's an all day, it was a day rate, and I don't know if I want to establish a day rate based on that.
She's still getting it.
I haven't calculated it out, but again.
Is she talking about purpose room or the whole building?
No, just multi-purpose.
Oh.
are you still ceramic? Doesn't Metcalf sell some of this?
Yeah. It's cheaper to buy them than it is a new ones.
I thought you guys were talking about a real show out here.
It's like a real horse show. They have judges, like high-end judges.
Big ones.
She says some of the saddles, just the saddles and the tactical models go for over $300.
Oh my God. Wow. Maybe they're not cheap. They're hard to write.
So right now, she's looking at a rate for $155. She's not charging anyone to come in and look at them. I don't know what she's bringing in for entry fees or anything, so I guess we could find out, revisit it. But this $155.
I think it's reasonable too, if you want to sell it, you know, maybe it's a bullshit here.
I think she's having a judge come from London.
These are expenses.
She sells these 5 horses online throughout the whole
Yeah, they're more,
country.
it's $200 for a horse and stuff, like that.
Want me to see what she's bringing? Yeah. Do you want me to tell her the
Yeah.
she's
You guys all set with that? Yeah. We gotta charge a little money, we just can't.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure it's a different kind of use, no, party or anything.
Yeah.
Commercial business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Is there an entry fee?
I don't know.
Charge to?
I didn't ask that.
But, part of what you guys talk a lot about is, in the beginning, just getting people here. So if you say that's the rate this year, it may not be the rate next year, year after.
Yeah, if you want, yeah. But say $155.
Okay,
I mean,
no, but you just,
if you go, understand this, you go in the gore, you get for $100 for a building, it's not gonna happen, you know. There's a lot, the fourth thing I got here is we have people come in and The trouble's at Sand Pond Beach last year, and we've had some people in and they wanna see if we can put the bandwagon a little later early. See if we can maybe form a committee, something, come up with some ideas, we either police it a little bit more, or watch it a little bit more, or what do you feel, Rusty? You're gonna know as much as anybody.
I don't know if they're complaining, but they do pretty good down there. Most of the people, the ones that come in late at night, the ones messing everything up. I think that I could be wrong, but my position is, I keep it every day, probably 3 or 4 times a day, and I do all the rest of the stuff. Cigarette butts, whatever.
But losing hours,
Yeah, they're all
cold, all right, so
they close. Now,
The troublemakers are there before,
after
still coming in.
What they do, they hang out on the beach, they find they party in the park.
Well, it doesn't do a lot of partying. Smoking, whatnot. No.
Something like mosquitoes.
Could you, help out with a
No.
trip through,
No, we've asked, nothing.
Usually that would have to come from Rainbow to.
We've,
Drive all the way out.
we got a hold of Beef and asked if they could, patrol a certain amount of time, and they said it's not possible.
Who's the committee?
Yes, I was shocked, yep.
I thought we had a community sheriff that comes out. State nature go on. What's his name?
I don't know.
He got his orders. Yeah, we
What's the head
yeah.
sheriff?
No, this
You've
is.
got to live, because it's about the beginning of the room. He's moved in here a while ago.
But he drives.
Yeah, but
We have a contract deputy for $800,000 a year, but I got it. Because the town has to buy, and then the next year, it goes back, so the price is kind of, you can buy the cruiser, we don't get the benefits of that.
one has one, with their own contract.
80,000.
It's beneficial because that person is in the town.
Now, the Sebago man, which is,
I think we're looking at it, and they didn't want to do it.
I think that's somewhere over there.
No, whenever we call them for car accidents, rain and happen, and then never get it.
Yeah.
Last year, I got a lot on during the day, there were a lot of arguments, drug use, drinking, especially before 9 p.m. night. There were 2 certain families that would always just battle against each other, there would be actual fights, and it turned into an unsafe place for kids or just people hanging out at. So this is, I just feel like we're gonna see the same thing, and you're gonna lose interest in the beach, it's not a good place to visit. So there has to talk about maybe a St. Paul committee, putting things together, putting their heads together, find, different. It's not ideal. Last year was board.
I wouldn't call Russ, so, no, it's someone it's like, well, Rusty said 3 times, I get that.
And we tried calling the sheriff, but again, we always get, I'm in Naples, I'm in Portland, they're just not gonna get there in time, so.
I've called
Yeah.
several times, and there were some places.
Yep. So, I don't know what you think.
Thinking about a little bit down, I don't think it'd be bad if it was established or something, get some ideas together, then back again, see what we come up with. That sound like a viable thing?
Yeah,
I know some of the people, say you're gonna go some other place next year, this year.
Go look every day in the same place, and say, yeah. But we always, we might have to just have them share or something.
Well, one of the women down here, several times a night,
Yeah.
right, like, stop that. She won't.
Well, it's too bad the young fella doesn't feel safe for you.
Exactly.
You know, we can't have that. We gotta step on him in our hand this year, so.
So we were to establish a series of fines, who would bring,
Well,
or
you know,
information.
well, this is a problem. And we can, we're fine, not for,
Well, Sebago has police patrol. Like this guy, and they'll look at tickets, and they'll post you and do those kinds of, they want to discuss with the town manager, or they go, what they do and how they do it. I keep a vote, most public meetings, so I'm aware of that, and they were having these.
well, something about it anyways, you know, now we're in March. We got all the stuff, yeah. All right. Other new business and on old business. Review 13 sign price, the Sebago sign works.
Where did you wanna get more prices, or we wanna forget about the idea? We got a price of our, I think it was 45 to 700, it was a big price, putting the sign on top of what we already have. I just kinda want a game plan if we want to have more signage up on Route 113.
I don't think it would hurt to see if we can get a price from us too.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of a sketch. You know, help them give us some kind of a sketch.
On top.
Yeah. They ought to be able to do that, easy. Joe?
The planning board for many years now has been trying to evolve from a billboard, capital. And we have put the condition on all conditional use permit for 20 years now, the signage will not be more than, I think it's, 4 square feet. So I hate to see that. Now, well, set an example.
Bigger than that. So
Yeah.
we're about maxed out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like when the, initially, cycling through, I think we decided to do large there, probably the first one.
And or we can signage on top and next to removable letters, I mean, we could make smaller letters there, or put more words in, and then put signage right on top there. You know, take a couple rows, just, yeah.
Yeah, we can make a usable camera, I think, for space for that. Planning board did say that any building was not subject to those requirements, so. If you put things on the building, to the extent that makes sense.
So I think that sign is on, and people are like this, you know, and they look at the sign, and they see what's going on, but they have to go like this to see, oh, now it's community center, I mean, they're not, you know what I mean? I just think it's very important signage is every office in the second area has it, well, when I had it, it's right on the billboard.
But if we do have them take that, I think it's important to look this out.
Mm-hmm.
It might be making it any bigger than what it is
Well,
right
make sure it's underneath and put it on top of the roof,
Yeah.
so.
We just talked, you guys we just talked about the beaches, and thinking about maybe holding some kind of a committee where a bunch of people can get together and come back with some ideas, something, I don't know, what you guys think of that?
Well, I talked to Danielle prior to coming, I should, you guys all, but this will be all moved. San Paul. And every town around us, either you have to get a permit, and the level is depends what town you go to. And it seems like everything's going right to San Paul, not as strict as others. We were down there one day and we had a padlock, had a window down about 8 big, and when a Baldwin resident reached in and popped that lock open and went outside around off the beach, out of the water to the beach. There's other issues with that there, you probably heard about, I've driven the people who stay down out of there. And, went over to Sebago, and she said that people come in and they want to really hide. People want to voucher or they got down, and, it's all checked and everything. When Wilmington, you can go down to the bid or whatever. If you're in the town, you can buy a pass from Amadeo. But it's things we probably have to do something, and more than what we have. I don't know what the survey committee would be a staff, and I know I talked to you Dwight about Boy Scout camp, and I don't really know what I need to. Now probably not. Get someone on this. Some, I don't know, I don't even know if there's been on there. Yes. I think part of the whole town beach is kind of so there's an opportunity. There's some time here that, people just pick up, or not. Also, I was really I think because it's not good, and people are saying have to go down, smoking. And I get them out of there, down the road if they want.
Go to the road.
Last year, last year there was an incident at the beach, and, they had to hire a person, well, they went down there every day, and a lot of people had to pass. And it caused a stir because they did it on a Friday or weekend, so they couldn't get past it. I don't know. Really unsafe environment. And, it's 9 o'clock and it's nighttime, and that's what I mean, it's been going on for 50 years, but it's, there's something going on to leave. It's gotten to a point where we're getting something more.
Well, even if they've got a lot of families down there, and they're causing motion, some of them, a lot of screaming and profanity, and if they wanna bring a family, that's not necessarily, charge. Yeah.
Is it gated at all?
We can't get, it can't be gated, come river right through there. That's one of the disadvantages. It's one of those places like, Amadeo, where you just drive down the shack. But, I don't know, I think it made something informed and put that together. See what other people do, because they come to the same problem, they just automatically when we get that charge, and, there's been issues. There's big issues with their company. They had to hire somebody all the time.
What's Hill Beach in Sebago?
Right across from, it's on Bushel Road, right across from Sebago Station too.
No, Richards?
Yeah, down in the Marina Road. They have a boat right there. And I think that kind of too, because the local my town goes down and launch their boat.
Sebago?
Down, and, I don't know what the rules are for launching it there.
That was Sebago.
The rules are, they're not supposed to, they start charging. down in Sebago, so people started coming up from North Sebago, really not all the time. I really know I've got a Sebago sticker, and I've got a Sebago sticker parked on my property. So I parked down to the public beach, and I was like, fine, it'll take my windshield, fine, you come over and say you can't. And I go over and say to people, you can't, you go over here, you're not a resident. But up to the lake that you can.
They're illegally packed down there, and two other people that have worked the circuit, so.
There's a nice lady down there last year, so I really good job doing it.
I think we could do that,
Be great.
you know? You know, does,
You guys pick the number what you want.
did you do that, Danielle?
Oh, yeah, great.
I think it would be nice. To have that part of it. Yeah, have that included with the full.
Yeah, I'm always checking that, so.
Yeah.
What's the bus for?
Yeah, I don't know, I'll do it.
Well, the Boy Scouts did rebuild, there was a great way the town doesn't do that anymore. But they rebuilt it, they patrolled it, they watched it, and then after they stopped using it, it was,
All the Boy Scouts go up.
Well, there is that original, I think, that wouldn't keep up with it. They moved it on.
I couldn't tell you.
That was the lore anyway, that they got moved from something else. I think it's like, I don't know what year it was, and then.
You went back a long way.
We used it very regularly when I was in Scouts.
Yeah. All right, the last thing on this is a review of the town.
Nice job.
I think we fell down a couple times, you know, but
Okay.
I think we've got the word.
I think one of the things that was important was the town reports out there. And I never had one of them years and years ago. And I just felt it's more, giving people a voice and like see what's going on and how it's going on, what's going on. And here's when Brandon Woolley talked to me, and he was wired as Brandon can be at times. I have to say, because town report, it also comes to the town report, and questions for himself. I think the more transparent you have it.
I think transparency is, don't try to hide nothing, keep it out and all that stuff like that.
You've heard me say this before, go to other town meetings, I'm gonna go 4 years, I'm dealing with septic issues, I'm gonna go to another one. Well, with turnout.
I thought our town meeting this year, the turnout was all,
It was.
and was it because we sent the town reports out?
It was in the mailing, you know, last year, it was per property tax, it was changing orders, it was changing, you know, marijuana, there was a whole bunch of issues out here that
I think, well, we could just compare ourselves with that.
yeah, there's only 5 questions.
Yeah, you got caught off.
You got caught, and I know what your answer is, because I've heard your answer twice, but you just couldn't at that particular point.
Right.
And, but usually, all of us in town board, we wrote down 5 issues, we all write down the same thing.
Yeah.
One thing, like the dual tax when it's due and stuff like that, one thing I didn't want to give them a date, because you go to the minute when the taxes come out. You know, if you, I mean, late the tax bills out, it would be later on your goods. I didn't want to get held to that, but that's. People understand that, no?
For pretty high commitment, then the area, yes. You get really the 60 days to pay it, if you pay December 31st, or you need it.
But right now, they have, a lot of issues, almost 3 weeks late, usually was, I think it was, gas about stuff, because we had some stuff, we had to square around, so that's, so.
Well, people understand, but I just feel the dates are 20 years, that's it.
It was about the only town here that didn't do.
It's semi-annual.
Yeah. And you could pay one lump sum.
Well, Bridgeton is 14,
Yes,
which would really be a little great.
Yeah.
It's like painful for people. Not to have to come up with it all at once. You're paying the same amount ultimately, you're paying less.
You know, if you look at the town report, there was $2,000 worth of unpaid taxes. They take out, I think it was $6,000 worth of taxes paid on tolls. So we carried about 100,000 and stuff like that. But we get just half of that. You know, he's got some more coming and stuff like that. He's on.
For me, the only advantage of town is that you may have to pay that first one, so let it slide till May or June. That's the advantage you have. Because some people could pay that now, but don't pay right now. But when it comes to your cash flow, you're gonna get it all twice, but you know, like how you deal with it, it's not gonna change.
I was just thinking, you wrote a definite explanation actually how things are going to work. Posted in something to that effect.
So
Saying,
either that's tax bills.
well, you know, something that would be very clear that would answer the questions and people could easily understand.
People understand what you're doing.
No, but you got the right answer, what you think.
It should be like in standard, you know, with property, it's a dual tax bill in standard. But the dates that are due, all standard on is 2 little tags. And you can either pay them once, you know, rip the whole tag off both, or you can rip off one, pay that one.
But you get, we all know that you get 4 sheets in a regular envelope, but no more cost than 1 sheet, so one one goes out in December, put like one goes out in December, and then putting it right now and throwing it away, and coming around December,
I think some people, and every time we turn around, if you'd like to see a tax drop, that's not a drop, I hate to say that. Maybe make it easier for them to pay, you know, so.
Was there a limitation on that cap of the contract standard? I know it was kind of, like capped at 40,000 or the other raise 49,000. Was there a monetary cap on that? Was it a 300 total? The reason I ask that is that I hope that there isn't a cap because that will change every year. Living on every area, right, for Medicare, and everything else that goes along with it. And I hope that it wasn't capped, I guess what I'm trying to.
The fiscal year, I think, you know, there's 90 days difference, you know, yeah, fiscal year, not fiscal year, so that's where some of it come in there and stuff.
Right.
What we pay next year is what it is right now.
This was presented by, the thing was that there was a 3-year contract, and it was capped at 48,000. I never remember that being capped at
38. That contract's not until June, either.
That's what I was gonna say, July.
Yeah.
Because we proved it in March.
Yeah.
The bill never got done until July.
That's right.
He was billing per call and per transport up until
Yes.
July, like he normally the contract kicked in. I think that's where the $5,000 or $5,000 over came on that contract.
And I think if we had the call that said, hey, we haven't got a bill, it might go on a little longer.
Well, I just don't want, I don't want the continuous discussion about, you know, they keep going up and up and it causes. controversy on the
I
internet.
don't think we'll see it next year. The other thing was about, quite often they roll an engine and they bring in that rescue unit, and they charge them that.
Well, you can put it down to Green Acres, they did help,
Well, they did,
and, you know, it's there, but.
what you said, the garage is still pretty.
Right, so, yeah, I mean,
So yes.
we could have rented the other buildings that are in that area, and, I'm just saying money well spent.
Was we first time, Stan's first time?
Well, I was working at Bailey, and according to my partner who worked for Stamps, he was there first. I don't know. Do you know? Yeah, I know that, our engine out of the East Ball Station at the same time. Both trucks are putting water.
That's a beautiful aid, so one guy, one town supporting the other one, I call that a good thing.
But it's not a job that, you know, our truck got there with one guy on it. You know, Stamps came up from Sioux Falls with an engine and 4 guys on there. And the outcome of the building, that was obviously a total loss, but it could have been a lot worse. You know, you could have taken a whole shooting match down there, you know.
I don't know, it was probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I heard it was bad or black. But when I was in there, the middle of
Right.
no, I think you guys are good at it.
So, and in order to motor vehicle accidents, they got, you know, extrication equipment and everybody working together, the service that these people get off is far better than ever been.
I agree. Well, that's all I had for old business, unless anybody has something else here. So what's going on next week? I went a little up yesterday, I know it's okay. Down in Pete's place, got a couple excavations working.
Some of that land was irrelevant of his. I have permit,
We're on top of that. Yeah. The key center updates is the essential oil workshops in April, the adult Tai Chi in April, Bonnie Wood is gonna switch. There's a birthday party and a baby shower, there's rinses, something you got this other people too, people like.
So it won't be adult ed, it'll be directed by us.
Yeah. Then the meet with Lisa Tudor is tomorrow at 3:30 for the after school program. And the meeting is Thursday, March 4th. The session hours are again Friday on March 15th. Tri-town meeting will be Monday. That's Monday, March 25th. And town office is off Saturday, March 30th.
Who's attending the assessment office now?
Do you know who's gonna come this time?
I don't know who's coming, it's either Renee, Ben, or Bruce. Bruce was here last time, I think they rotate those. I'm guessing Ben will come, but since he was at town meeting, it might be Renee. I don't know that do you want me to find out, you know?
Well, Renee's been working, and in fact, dropped because he else was here, like, maybe someone here. And then I called the office and she wasn't in, I didn't know whether she had already.
Oh, I can find out for you.
And I didn't know the results of what you're working on.
I'll find out.
I'm pleasantly pleased that they're gonna do the reset for $8,000.
$81,000.
Yeah. We're not here. Anyway, it's not,
You know, this year, we'll probably should next year, but I think there was 76 now.
no, it's not.
5,000 to go this year, we just have 5,000 more, to run over a little, to be prepared for that, but it's due.
Well, the next town meeting, we put the assessments, because if you wanna go online, you can read everybody's house, because I'm paying $600 for yours, and somebody's paying less than I am for 10, or the house was twice the house mine is, because, those things just happen, it just happens. The rule used to be a third, stayed the same, like crazy numbers. Well, that happened.
Values have gone up, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, hopefully the tax down is the right, so it's good.
That's all I got. This is Gary's first one, so that's the thing.
Is coming back on here?
Jimmy, I'm all set. And you?
I'm good. Take it.